Behind closed doors, Katy Perry is freaking out about the flop of Woman's World.
I feel super connected to love.
These activists didn't like that she dressed up as an Asian woman.
Katy Perry, please stop. She actually died in the courtroom.
Sing your zombie song, robot. It's messy.
Slow down. Enunciate the word.
I have 3 kids.
Honey, you've been laying on the table too much.
It's embarrassing to have that on TV, and it was hurtful.
Katy Perry's downfall is upon us, and even though her record label is confused by fans' reactions, we all knew that Katy Perry was destined for failure. From the moment that she decided to work with Dr. Luke again to her frivolous ride to space, she is severely disconnected from reality, and that is her biggest downfall. So let's get into it. At this point, I don't know how much more out of touch Katy Perry can be. Now she's releasing a doll of herself that is $175. Who does she think she is? Katy Perry's comeback has been lackluster, and fans are starting to notice and question what is going on and how did we get to this point? Katy Perry has always been a big-time singer. She sold albums. She went on to American Idol to judge. She's done well for herself, and I've even seen her in tour before, and she was great. So what has happened to Katy Perry that has made her so bad? I hate to trigger you guys, but I need to take you back to June of last year when we heard our first snippet of Woman's World. Not only was the song lazy and didn't sound too great, I mean, I don't really think it went anywhere, but we learned then that Dr. Luke was a big part of her project, and that raised a lot of red flags. Even though Dr. Luke has been behind major hits, he has been exposed as a monster, and it's bizarre to me that she would even want to have him on this project. Makes me think of when Doja Cat called him out saying that like she did her whole album by herself, yet he took credit for it.
Apparently, behind closed doors, Katy Perry is freaking out about the flop of Woman's World, which was her lead single from her new album 143, which is leading to frantic talks to try and save her album, as insiders are revealing what her plans are to kind of get back in fans' good graces. Here's some quotes from the article. A source says, Katy's now demanding that they go back to the drawing board ahead of the release of more singles, and they are adjusting the album right now in a desperate attempt to salvage her comeback. With the second being, she was insane to think Dr. Luke was a good idea. She didn't listen to anyone. Instead of diving deep and creating art, she put something out that sounded like it could have been off an album of hers from 2010. I think like Woman's World just sounds so uninspired. It was just this like attempt at this like satirical anthem that just fell so hard on its face. It didn't feel like a song that had any sort of inspiration or meaning truly behind it. Again, just an uninspired comeback song, in my opinion.
Now, if you're not familiar with Dr. Luke, Kesha sued him in 2014, alleging that he had gotten physical and disgusting with her. Fans were so disappointed by Katy's decision to work with him on her singles, Woman's World, and her songs Lifetimes, which all have like a feminist theme to it. Rather rich to make a song about feminism, but then the song profits and the credits go to a man who's been accused of violating women. On Call Her Daddy, she tried to backtrack and make everything okay by saying that he was one of many collaborators that I collaborated with. She claims that because he was behind California Girls and Teenage Dream, that he would bring her another hit. But I mean, did we all listen to the same song? She says, but the reality is it comes from me. The truth is I wrote these songs from my experience of my whole life going through this metamorphosis. Girl, what are you even talking about? She said, and he was one of the people to help facilitate all that. One of the writers, one of the producers.
People have expressed disappointment and were really upset that you decided to involve Dr. Luke on this album. Why did you choose to work with him?
Look, I understand that it started a lot of conversations, and he was one of many collaborators that I collaborated with. But the reality is it comes from me. The truth is I wrote these songs from my experience of my whole life going through this metamorphosis. And he was one of the people to help facilitate all that, one of the writers, one of the producers. And I am speaking from my own experience. Like when I speak about Woman's World, I speak about feeling so empowered now as a mother, as a woman, giving birth, creating life, creating another set of organs, a brain, a heart. I created a whole ass heart, and I did it.
This person wrote, the irony of having a song praising women, but you're working with Dr. Luke? Katy Perry, I didn't expect this from you. Actress Abigail Breslin also appeared to slam Katy, saying, I'm just saying, working with known abusers in any industry just contributes to the narrative that men can do horrible things and get away with it. Kesha claims that she was drugged at a party and then harmed by him. Of course, Dr. Luke has denied everything, and they settled in 2023. It took almost 20 years for them to settle. Even though our girl Trisha Paytas was was featured in the music video for Woman's World. It was directed by a male. A bunch of men put together this project. So again, it's just giving off the vibe of fake feminism, which doesn't read as genuine. And authenticity is what sells nowadays. It was August 9th when Katy Perry releases Lifetimes, the second single and music video from 143. Katy Perry actually flies to this island in Ibiza, however you say it. And they go and film this music video. Must have been nice. Sounds like a vacation. But hold up, because a few days after they started filming, Spanish authorities were called to the scene. A representative for the Ministry of Agriculture made a statement that Katy Perry's production company did not get the correct authorization to film the music video at the Salines Natural Park. The park is a protected area and permission is required to film there. Now, when Katy Perry's not trying to shove Dr. Luke down our throats, she's trying to throw pizza at us, literally throwing pizza slices at her fans. I hate even getting rain on me. Like, I don't want snow or rain. I can't imagine being out in public and someone throwing a pizza at me, but that's exactly what Katy Perry was doing to a crowd of her fans. If you don't believe me, take a look. One fan wrote in the comments, "In Mexican culture, food is only thrown to dogs or other animals, never ever thrown at humans. Super rude." Gary said, "I'd be pissed," and honestly, same. I can't imagine having to like go to the bathroom and get the sauce off me. Kay said, "I'm allergic to dairy and gluten, so I would be pissed." Yeah, I used to be lactose intolerant, but I did grow out of it. But the fact that she'd think that's even okay is so weird to me, because I can't imagine any other celebrity doing that. Like Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, maybe Ice Spice throwing some pizzas. I don't know. I don't even see her doing that. But Katy Perry is one of a kind, and she reminded us of that when she went to space. We'll never forget that 11-minute ride that she took up into the sky to go and promote her album and I guess ruin the climate a little bit more. I don't know too much about how that works, global warming works. Like, of course, I learned it in school, but I feel like this flight may have like taken off a couple years from us. So I feel like we all like are allowed to be mad at them. The amount of pollution that they created doing this, it's like, you know what? I don't think it's time, everyone. Like, why don't we wait until technology is like so advanced that we don't have to do the pollution, you know? It makes me like think about like how we're not in the current future. I always think about that, because why do phones take so long to load? Like, if I try to pull something up on Google or I try to pull something on Instagram and I'm refreshing, like the future, you wouldn't have to refresh. So why do I have to refresh now? Why are we waiting? We're definitely not in the future, you know? So I feel like why don't we get to the point where we don't have to refresh our phones, and then we can think about taking an 11-minute ride. That's going to cost a lot of money. And shout out to the people who are on Cricket and Virgin Mobile and all those ones, because I know everything takes a long time to load. I'm on freaking Verizon, and I feel like what network is mine hooked up to? It's taking far too long. Anyways, she took a ride, and it did not do great for her press, especially coming up with a tour. It didn't really make sense, and I don't think she also had a great way of articulating her feelings. It was so much about love, and it almost added to the conspiracy that this flight wasn't even real, because the way that Katy spoke about it, no real person speaks like this.
I feel super connected to love. So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give.
No one is ever going to live that space trip down, and Katy Perry's going to have to deal with it forever. I feel like part of her was just like left in space, maybe her judgment, because her tour that she's currently pushing right now, it seems like she should have spent more time training for that than training for space. You can call yourself an astronaut now, but I don't know if you can call yourself like a top 1% singer, mainstream artist anymore. I mean, even Beyonce gets called out for lack of ticket sales, but no one's calling out her performance. She always comes through with a performance, but Katy Perry is shockingly bad. Like, this did not need to be a comeback. It needed to be a go away for a while, especially after Taylor Swift did her Big Eras tour and really set the standard so much higher. People who attended said that this was the worst choreography I've ever seen in my life. Another person added, it's giving a school talent show, which honestly, we've been working up to this. I mean, her performances have been giving talent show for quite some time. I want to remind you guys of a performance. I think she had like a Vegas residency, or at least one tour where she had like literal like toilets on stage with like poops coming out of them, and it makes me so grossed out to even talk about this. Oh, and it's singing too. It's background singing. No, that's just wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Oh, and it's like some people's favorite song, and their song California Girls is being performed with toilet papers, a singing poo, some people in the bathtub. It's like disrespect to the song. Like, I loved that song. I don't know if I could think of it the same after that. Ooh, is she in like a glittery toilet paper outfit? Yeah, okay, we need to move on. The comments are going off. This person writes, yeah, I worked with Katy Perry. What did I do? I played a giant dancing turd. Another person asked, what is this tour even about? I want a refund and I didn't even go. Gadget Girl says, kind of a metaphor of how her career has been going. Anna asked, is this a South Park special episode? And then finally, guys, cut her some slack. Remember, this is just her side gig. She's really an astronaut. Touching on her trip once again, the Blue Origin trip to space, she actually went on to the stage on the opening night of her tour to talk about her trip to space. She took a moment to snap a photo with two fans wearing black and blue NASA branded spacesuits, saying, I want these gentlemen to come on stage because they are dressed like my most current timeline.
I want these gentlemen to come on stage because they are dressed like my most current timeline.
Katy Perry has recently reacted to the internet's hate while thanking her fans for support during her tour. Despite all the negativity online, Katy's fans have been rallying behind her, and they paid for a billboard in New York City's Times Square to express their love for her. Katy Perry reacted with a sincere comment on Instagram and addressed both the love and the hate. The billboard read, congratulations on opening week of the tour. We're so proud of you in your magical journey, and we love you to the moon and back. Know that you are safe, seen, and celebrated. We'll see you around the world. This is just the beginning from your worldwide cats. Katy Perry wrote, please know that I'm okay. I've done a lot of work around knowing who I am, what is real, and what's important to me. My therapist said something years ago that's a game changer. No one can make you believe something about yourself that you don't already believe about yourself. And if I ever do have feelings about it, then it's an opportunity to investigate the feeling underneath. When the online world tries to make me like a human piñata, I take it with grace and send them love, because I know so many people are hurting in so many ways, and the internet is very much a dumping ground for unhinged and unhealed. What's real is seeing your faces every night, singing in unison, reading your notes, and feeling your warmth. She says, I fall, but I get up and I go on and continue to play the game, and somehow through my battered and bruised adventure, I keep looking to the light, and in that light, a new level unlocks. I actually don't doubt that Katy Perry will make it through this controversy, because Katy Perry loves a controversial moment, and she's been doing this for over a decade. Throwback to her 2013 American Music Awards performance where she is dressed like a geisha. Keep in mind that Katy Perry is not Asian in any capacity. Right after Katy Perry's performance, she felt the heat. Cosmopolitan pointed out that Katy Perry's Asian-themed spectacle seemed mightily confused about which nationality is meant to represent or reappropriate, because she had a Japanese-inspired kimono with a Chinese-inspired collar, so not even like the cultures are aligned here. It's that bad.
Was this cultural appropriation? During the 2013 American Music Awards, Katy Perry performed in this kimono. She was performing her song unconditionally, and some people called it a form of yellowface. Some activists found this troubling and called it her geisha performance. These activists didn't like that she dressed up as an Asian woman to sing a song about unconditional love, which plays into the subservient trope of self-sacrificing subservient Asian women like in Madame Butterfly and Miss Saigon.
This commenter pointed out, I think it's disrespectful to treat being a geisha as a costume when you have to go through a lifetime of training to become one. It's like if we saw Benson Boone get on stage and he's got a shaved head and he's dressed like a monk for the fun of it. I mean, it seems like Katy Perry does have fun with it. I mean, how does she sit there and think that this is like normal? I mean, is she just rocking the cornrows to get people talking about her? I mean, you know, it's bad if Sesame Street pulls Katy Perry after her Elmo duet is deemed too risque. Sesame Street? Katy Perry fans, you won't be seeing her on Sesame Street. Katy Perry recorded a parody version of her song Hot and Cold with Elmo, but the workshop decided not to air the video because it is too risky. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video because they received a lot of complaints on this.
Hi, Elmo. Hi, Miss Katy. Are you ready to play dress up? Dress up?
Oh, they did say there was too much cleavage. You guys can see that. So, you know, it's not that harmful. I mean, I don't think Katy Perry probably dressed herself for that event, but everyone there probably should have known better. Katy Perry's story gets a lot darker when you get into 2018, and a nun that was involved in a lawsuit that she was involved in died in court because essentially Katy Perry wanted to steal this nun's home. Sister Catherine Rose Hollesman, who had battled Katy Perry in court, died. She collapsed. Wait, it was actually in court for the post-judgment hearing related to the case when she collapsed and died at 89 years old. The uproar over the property began in 2015 when Sister of the Sisters Most Holy and Immaculate Heart of the Blessed Virgin Mary sold the estate to a restaurant owner, I guess, named Dana Hollister. I don't know if he's related to the Hollister clothing brand. Now, this sister who had passed away, she was interviewed by local Fox affiliate just hours before her death, appearing alongside Sister Rita Callanan. The nuns said they were appealing the Vatican to step in on their behalf to try to save their home from Katy Perry and her evilness, her Illuminati. It was actually the first time that she had spoken out in respective to this case and to the public, which is wild that it happened right before she passed.
She actually died in the courtroom fighting the fight. And to Katy Perry to please stop. It's not doing anyone any good except hurting a lot of people. I don't know how they go to bed and live with themselves at night.
It is so insane to have the nuns against you. That is one group of people who I definitely would not want against me. I know they're not doing witchcraft, but you know, the vibes are wrong. But Katy Perry loves a good real estate battle. Here's one from 2024, just last year. This actually happened around the same time that her single came out. After 4 years of legal battle, Katy Perry has officially secured ownership of a California home sold by this Mississippi native Carl Westcott, who also owned, I believe, 1-800-Flowers. Carl was going through health crises when Katy Perry's team approached him and got him to sign a contract that he was not coherent enough to go and sign. Essentially, Katy Perry said that doesn't matter. We get the house because you signed it, and they went to court over it. One of the Real Housewives of Dallas, I believe, she's actually related to Carl, and it's great that Carl has this family member to speak out and to hold Katy Perry accountable, because she's been one of the only people to really go out there and to go and to advocate for her father. So here's a clip of Cameron talking a little bit about what her dad has gone through.
It's heartbreaking that someone can be so greedy, and it's heartbreaking that someone has no heart. I mean, I hope this never happens to her parents. I hope this doesn't happen to anybody else's parents. We want the best for our families, and when you see things like this happen to your loved ones, it breaks your heart. And I just wish that they had a little more compassion on the situation, and I wouldn't even wish this on her family. I wish it on no one's family. And I hope no one else has to go through this. And I do hope this is a good example for so many people out there to protect your parents, you know, make sure you know what is always going on, and protect them at all times, because there are predators out there and they can be taken advantage of.
Before Katy Perry started to plan her comeback, she had a pretty good gig at American Idol. And a lot of critics think that it was a bad move for Katy Perry to leave the show, but at the same time, people weren't too happy with her on it. Katy Perry joined American Idol in 2018 and has been a staple on the show since multiple controversies. She's got a lot of criticism for being rude to contestants, while other people, they defend her approach. I mean, she is making TV.
Sing your zombie song, Robot. Okay. Your curls are so tight. If you're gonna really be in rock and roll, it's messy. Put your hands through those curls, let it go, give us something from the soul, and go ahead.
Sometimes I go out by myself.
Slow down.
I feel like she's maybe a little extra mean to we'll just see. Is she mean to the men like this?
And I look across the water.
Say all the words. Don't cut the words off. Enunciate the words.
I mean, come on. That singing. At one point, there was an incident where a contestant, Benjamin, who was 19 at the time, told Katy Perry and her fellow judges he had never kissed a girl before. The singer then went over to him and tried to give him a kiss on the cheeks, but actually kissed his lips. And Benjamin, who again had not kissed a woman before, did not ask Katy Perry for this moment. Katy faced backlash since the incident was broadcast earlier this week, which why would did they cut that out from the episode? Benjamin, a cashier, looked visibly shocked by the incident and fell to the ground while Katy Perry high-fived Lionel Richie and Luke Bryan, saying, "Yeah, I got him."
Hi, what's your name? My name is Benjamin Glaze. I'm 19 years old. Well, hello. And what do you...
And see, look how innocent he is. She's like a serpent. She's ready to just strike.
What do you do for work, Benjamin? I'm a cashier at an electronics store. Cool. But I love it because sometimes there's cute girls and they're not going anywhere without saying hi. Have you kissed a girl and liked it? No, I've never been in a relationship.
See, they definitely set up these questions. It's so corny.
Relationship. Really? I can't kiss a girl without being in a relationship. Come here, Ben. No, wait, hold on. Come here. Come on. Come here right now.
Also, Katy Perry looks so scary with that hair. It's like, I don't think he wants to kiss you, girl.
You can't be... Come here right now. Come here. What, on the cheek? Mm-hmm. You didn't even make the smush sound. Okay, let me start over.
Oh, this is so weird. And also just like Luke Bryan being there, just like trying to film it. Look at Lionel's face.
Okay.
Now, Benjamin was asked about this, and he did say he did not feel like he was sexually harassed by Katy Perry, and he was thankful for the moment. He said, "I was uncomfortable because he had never kissed anyone before, but he's not going to go and, try to lock Katy Perry up over this." Now, I don't think Benjamin is as innocent as he's trying to play himself off to be. I mean, part of the reason why is because he actually was arrested for having indecent photos. So I don't know if we can believe anything that Ben is saying. I think he's kind of creepy.
An American Idol contestant who went viral after Katy Perry kissed him during his 2016 audition has been arrested for allegedly possessing indecent images of children. According to TMZ, 26-year-old Benjamin Glaze was arrested when Tulsa police received a tip. Glaze was booked at the city's county jail and released on a $50,000 bond.
Now, that was quite a turn of events. I did not see him coming out as a creep like that. So weird. Maybe it makes sense that he was like 19, never kissed a girl, because he's not normal. Katy Perry also had a really rough season when there was a contestant, Nutsa, on. I guess Katy told her to have more grace after drama with a fellow singing hopeful. In April 2023, Nutsa was left tearfully apologizing to the judges after her singing partner, Karina, told Katy Perry and the other judges that they had issues as some people wanted to sleep instead of working. Katy scolded Nutsa, telling her, "Don't forget about grace, more grace." After Nutsa blew the judges and the audience away with her singing voice, Katy hugged her and told her, "What I meant about grace is that it's okay to be determined and ambitious and edgy and strong, but also with grace." But that wasn't the end of Katy's criticism for how she treated this contestant. Katy was even later booed for telling Nutsa to tone down her next performance.
One thing I personally would like to see from you is not one piece of glitter the next time. I know that's gonna be hard.
Liner, baby, eyeliner.
Yes! Yes! Oh, just wow. Katy got booed.
Okay, first time in 6 seasons. Woo!
That is rich Katy Perry telling her to tone things down. It just seems like no matter what, this contestant could never win. In that same season, Katy told multiple contestants that they had not gone through to the next round before clarifying that they actually had, including Nutsa. She told Nutsa, "We have really appreciated you being in this competition, and we did not put you in the top 24. Nutsa took in the devastating news, and then Katy added, "You put yourself in that top 24. Nutsa, you put yourself in that top 24 with your incredible talent." One contestant, Sarah Beth, was auditioning for the show when she revealed that she was a young mom to 3 kids, to which Katy was visibly shocked, grabbing the table and leaning back on it. Sarah joked, "If Katy lays on the table, I think I'm going to pass out." Katy responding, "Honey, you've been laying on the table too much." Viewers accused her of mom-shaming the woman, while reports emerged that Katy Perry's bosses were rattled by the intense reaction from fans.
25, what are you saying?
Yes, 25.
No,
16. 16.
I mean, come on.
Bless, you guys are my favorite.
Give us a
I have 3 kids, so that's like...
Get away from here. What are you saying?
You okay, Katy?
Nope.
It's okay.
She does look really young.
If Katy lays on the table, I think I'm gonna pass out.
3 kids.
Honey, you've been laying on the table too much.
You know.
Like I knew that I would. Come on, we need more. That's not enough. Whew.
Interesting. She's very hipster.
I know. Try Betty and the Jets.
Try it.
Try
what do you
it.
got to lose?
Nothing. Okay. It's not her dream yet. All right, okay. Show us what your voice can do. Take it to the limit. No looking back. Sing it like it's your new dream.
Interesting. She's so critical of all the female contestants. But then, like, the male contestants, she's, like, trying to kiss them.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Sarah herself made a TikTok responding to the incident, saying it was embarrassing to have that moment aired on TV. She said, I think that women supporting and uplifting other women is so cool. And I think that mom shaming is super lame. And I think that it's hard enough to be a mom, hard enough to be a woman. We don't need Katy Perry's 2 cents.
It's embarrassing to have that on TV, and it was hurtful. I think that women supporting and uplifting other women is so cool, and I think that mom shaming is super lame.
Interesting that she left American Idol with these contestants feeling that she doesn't uplift other women. And then we've got this Woman's World song that is supposed to be about uplifting women, but it's all about men getting the paycheck at the end of the day. I think it's an interesting place where Katy Perry has positioned herself, but I do think there is a common theme throughout this, kind of a lack of like connectedness to reality or to what people actually want. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I mean, also, it can't all be Katy Perry. It has to also be her record label too, right? Because, and American Idol, like they're airing these moments knowing it's going to make her look bad. So it's like she's almost been set up for this. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.